Greetings to all Anglophone Cameroonians. This is King Eju. I want to expand on something that I found very interesting and very curious about. This is written by Big G Baba. And he says, if and only if Francophone bloggers could be like Anglophone bloggers, this industry, that is the music industry, would have been far bigger than this. They say unity is strength. Francophone bloggers hardly share pure Anglophone content on their blogs, but our blogs do. For them, that is the Anglophone blogs, share their Francophone blogs content. They share the content in their blogs. But the Francophone bloggers do not share their Anglophone content. Why do you think that is? Anglophone Cameroonians, those who don't want to see themselves as Ambazonians, those who don't want to think that Anglophone Cameroon and French Cameroon are two different people. Those Anglophone Cameroonians who want to be united, be part of French Cameroon, be part of the whole Cameroon, but they are not treated as citizens of Cameroon. You see, Big G Baba, many of those Anglophone Cameroonians who consider themselves to be Cameroon, who are pro-Cameroon and who are against the idea of Ambazonia, against the idea of Southern Cameroon as a state. The reason why Francophone bloggers hardly share pure Anglophone content is because they don't see Anglophone Cameroonians as brothers. They don't see them as, members of members of the nation known as Cameroon. They don't see them as citizens of Cameroon. They see French Cameroonians as citizens of French Cameroon. And they don't want to share the content of Anglophone Cameroonians or artists because they don't see Anglophones as brothers. And it's something that Anglophone Cameroonians must look at the reality of how this nation known as Cameroon is. How the reality of French Cameroon citizens treat Anglophones. If they share Anglophone stuff, it should be artists from Anglophone who sing in French. So in other words, in order for any Anglophone Cameroonian to have their content being shared in the French Cameroon blogger, they have to sing completely in French. What does that tell you? What did President Paul Biya say? What did President Paul Biya say in 2019 in France? Did he say he tried to assimilate the Anglophone Cameroonians, but they couldn't succeed? So because in order for Anglophone Cameroonians to succeed in Cameroon, in order for Anglophone artists to succeed in Cameroon, they must sing completely in French. At least 80% French. They must. Because why? What does that show? It shows that they have assimilated themselves into the French Cameroon custom or identity. They no longer see themselves as Anglophone, but they have become part of French Cameroon. In order for English or Anglophone Cameroonians to thrive in the music business in Cameroon, they must sing in French. Because that is part of the assimilation, part of what French Cameroon is trying to do with English Cameroon. Completely uproot the culture and customs of Anglophone Cameroonian. They want to assimilate. So in our Anglophone brothers promote them, but these Francophone bloggers are self-centered. They're not self-centered. They're not. They're more than self-centered. They're beyond self-centered. What the reason why they do what they do is not because of their selfishness to Anglophone. It's because they want to assimilate, completely uproot the Anglophone identity from Cameroon. They talk of multiculturalism in Cameroon. Multiculturalism it doesn't really exist in Cameroon when it comes to French and English. It really doesn't exist. The French is trying to completely erase the Anglophone society. That's to say that Anglophones do not exist. All Anglophone, what the French Cameroon citizen and the French Cameroon government is trying to do is that all English Cameroon should assimilate into the French system. If you're an artist and you want to make it, you must sing completely in French. And even if you do, that doesn't mean that you will succeed in Cameroon either. It really doesn't mean that you succeed. So English Cameroonians must look at the reality in Cameroon. They don't want the Anglophone system to survive. They want to erase it. And so long as the few gullible Anglophone sing in French, they have a chance to thrive and make it. They do have a chance to thrive and make it. But how far can they make it? In other words, you giving your only chance to survive. You're putting your only chance to survive in the hands of French Cameroon citizens. Do you trust them enough to want to do that? Do you think that this French Cameroon give a damn about English Cameroon? They don't. Which is why Southern Cameroon must liberate herself. Which is why Southern Cameroon must get out from this cocoon of slavery. This mentality that French Cameroonians are brothers to English Cameroonians because the French Cameroonians don't see English Cameroonians or Anglophone Cameroonians as brothers. They have never treated us for over 50 years and they will not. They see us as slaves that they own, slaves that they can control. In order for an English Cameroonian to rise to high standard in Cameroon, they must be subservient to French Cameroon system or way of life. But if truly Anglophone Cameroonians want to grow in a potential where it is limitless, they must stand united as Southern Cameroonians, as Anglophone Cameroonians, as Amazonians. That is the only way forward. Either you become the masters of yourself or become the slave and servant to French Cameroon culture, French Cameroon system, French Cameroon way of life. Big G Baba continues. He says some couple of other stuff, but I want to. It is better they talk about Ivorian artists than us. In other words, French Cameroonians would rather talk about Ivorian artists or other artists that are French nation than to talk about Anglophone Cameroonian artists, than to push the Anglophone Cameroonian content into their own blog. They will not talk about the pew like the Anglophone artists who sing mostly in English in their blog. They'll rather talk about Ivorian, talk about other artists that's, you know, come from other French African nation that speak French, which is okay. But the fact that they mistreat us Anglophone Cameroonians in this content is because they don't see us as brothers. And it's like English Cameroonians or Anglophone Cameroonians are begging to be part of the French Cameroonian system. They are begging. See, no matter how long you beg for somebody that has, it's never the same when you have control over your own faith. English Cameroonians, Anglophones must become masters of their own faith. And in order to do that, they must be united. So, and Big G Baba also said Anglophone bloggers, or Anglophone blogs, people should wise up. That the Anglophone bloggers should wise up. They should. Because no matter what that Anglophone bloggers do to be subservient to French Cameroon bloggers, the French Cameroon bloggers will never see you as brothers, will never appreciate your talent. So long as you're doing what you're doing in English. And in order for you to thrive in the French Cameroon society, you must sing completely in French Cameroon. That is the only way to have a chance to shine. But if you want to, English Cameroons, if you want to become masters of your own fate, in control of your own destiny, then Southern Cameroon, Anglophone Cameroons must stand as one. We must really stop begging to be part of what they don't want us to be part of. We must stop begging to belong into the society of French Cameroon when we have a society of our own. We have a nation of our own. We are a nation of our own. We do not need, or we don't need to beg from French Cameroon. Our Anglophone artists or bloggers do not have to beg the French Cameroon bloggers to share their content. Because no matter how long you beg, it won't change shit. The only way to change shit is to accept the truth that Southern Cameroon, Anglophone Cameroons are a people and must be liberated. This is King Angel.